Howdy, welcome back to Crafting Grinding. I did want to put a quick video out for round one, my round one thoughts anyway, for the arena cutoffs for the Mojo and MODOK arenas, even though we have about 15 or 16 hours left. Reason being is a number of folks have reached out specifically to me in YouTube in the comment sections. Again, I don't get to check the comments out a ton in YouTube and saying, hey, what are your thoughts for this? Why isn't there a video? When I don't get a chance to do a video, I do go out to the Crafting Grinding Twitter account and put my thoughts there. So just as I always like to say, a quick reminder, follow the Crafting Grinding Twitter account, and typically you'll find if there isn't a video, I probably put my thoughts out there, and if not, you can always just ping me out there on Twitter. I get those a lot easier than, again, the comment sections in YouTube. So anyway, with that quick heads up out of the way, let me kind of provide my thoughts. With the 4-star, 5-star, and even the 3-star feature, what we're seeing here with the last couple of new batch of new champs, there hasn't been a big difference between the different feature champs. Really, it's either new or old, and that kind of determines. I know, like I had been sharing for the last couple months, that with 5-star feature there look to be two different groups, high interest and low interest, but that doesn't seem to be the case, and you'll see why here in a couple minutes. And then with MODOK, he fits squarely in that 4-star feature, 4-star basic low interest, just because he's been in the game for a while. A lot of folks have already had him, and here's an example of some of those recent low interests. You can see She-Hulk recently. She's still a really good champ, or now she is a better champ after she's been buffed up, but she was at 1.7. Typically it's anywhere from 1.5 to 1.6. That's kind of the average that we see for this. Occasionally you'll get that 1.7 bump up, but MODOK will be closer probably to that 1.6. With 3-star feature, it's anywhere from 1.3 to 1.4 million. And with the 4-star feature, so this is kind of what I want to show you with these recent champs outside of Silver Surfer. We started to see a steady decline, and with Nova and even with Longshot. And Longshot, you know, he's a really good champ, especially if buffs are involved, resistor nodes, whatever. He's a good champ, and you can see it's been kind of plateauing out around that 9.5-ish range. So anywhere from 9.5 to 10 seems to be the place. We haven't seen any big bumps up recently. And if Longshot's around 9.6, I don't really see Mojo pushing it much higher, like those previous Silver Surfer numbers. With the 5-star feature, this was the interesting one as well too. You can see with Silver Surfer, he was kind of an outlier, that prestige number, people pushing for that prestige. Then you get into the other newer champs with Squirrel Girl, Nova, and Longshot, and everything kind of got back to here in the averages in the mid-40s, and that seems to be kind of where we're at right now. And I think Mojo more likely will fit in that group versus that Silver Surfer range. So, and again, with, like always, the numbers that I look at when thinking about what numbers to consider are typically for the veterans bracket. If you're newer to the game, veterans bracket means your account's been open for 60 days. If you've got a newer account than that, 1 to 30 days, you're in a beginner's bracket in the arena, and then for rank rewards anyway, and then for the for 31 to 60, you're in the intermediate bracket. But anyway, like I've been saying, these numbers, and I'm sharing these previous numbers, are all for the veterans bracket. And here are my thoughts for round one for the veterans bracket. You'll see with 45 million, again, that's that average number we've been seeing for the 5-star feature recently. I think we're going to see that here. 10 million-ish, 9.5 to 10 million, I think is what we're seeing for 4-star features. 1.6, right in that average of the low for the 4-star basic, and then 1.3 million for the 3-star feature Mojo. And like I always say, past results don't guarantee future results, so I always suggest going a little bit higher than what the typical trends are showing. So go about a little bit over 50 if you really want a better shot at getting Mojo, the 5-star feature Mojo. 11 million should be fine. 12 million if you really don't want to miss out on the 4-star feature Mojo. 1.8 million should be plenty for MODOK, and then 1.4 for the 3-star feature Mojo. And again, the grind targets and cutoff predictions are all for the veterans bracket. When it comes to the earlier brackets, this information is more kind of very ballparkish, not necessarily throwing a dart at a dartboard, but definitely more generic, kind of high-level guesstimates, if you will, just because there's not a ton of data about recent and past results for this, so just keep that in mind. But with beginner's bracket, with my recent free-to-play account and some a handful of bit of information that's coming in from the folks across the community, 3-star feature, you're looking around 245 these days, 4-star basic around 800, for the 4-star feature Mojo 1.5 million. Jumping down to the intermediate bracket, 3-star feature around 500, 4-star basic 1 million, and for the 4-star feature 1.3 million. So anyway, this is my quick thoughts, recap of where I'm at with round one cutoffs. Good luck for those folks that are grinding out with about 15, 16 hours left. And as a reminder, if you don't see a video or curious on my thoughts and you don't see anything out on YouTube for it, check out the Crafty Grinding Twitter account, and typically you'll find at least maybe a quick blurb on my thoughts for that, and if not, you can always ping me out in Twitter, and I'll provide my thoughts that way. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you found it interesting, we really appreciate it clicking that thumbs up button, as it indicates and helps the channel and indicates that this is still the content you want to see. And if you like my content, this content, some of the crystal contents, even though I'm not putting out a ton of videos these days, really appreciate the subscribe, as that's another indicator that people across the community are still interested in this content, and then that'll give me some incentive to create some more. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching this video, and have a great day.